Okay. Sorry, just trying to figure out how to use this. So this is my presentation for my relationship paper. The relationship that I chose is one with me and my husband. Just some background information about us. We met in high school. We started talking because my sister was dating his brother at the time, and she brought me to a party that they were throwing at their house, and we met, and from pretty much day one we were attracted to each other, and we decided to talk. He added me on Facebook, and we pretty much talked on there for a while. We hung out a little bit here and there and everything, but it wasn't very long into our relationship, about 5 months, and I got pregnant. Not very responsible, but it happened. I chose this presentation, this relationship to talk about because I feel like we have a lot of dynamic in our relationship, so there's kind of a lot of examples to use of communication. So for Knapp's model, the stages I'm going to talk about is the initiation stage when we met. I just kind of talked about that a little bit when we met at the party and everything. We had never met before. It was very quick that we kind of were attracted to each other without saying it really. We just kind of talked like throughout the night and everything. It was nothing, serious or whatever. And then we kind of progressed from there. The next stage I was going to talk about is the bonding stage. I would say this part of our relationship is when we became a family. After only dating for a very short period of time, we spent a lot of time together, getting to know each other and stuff like that in the beginning, and we kind of rushed through things because I got pregnant, and then I think that our bonding stage was becoming a family and going from just being single people to dating to we're parents, we're a family together, so it was pretty quick. There were some downsides, so circumscribing stage, being new parents, when we were very young when we became parents, so things were not the easiest. We were still trying to get to know each other. We were still, we knew we liked each other a lot. We loved each other. We wanted to be together. We were happy that eventually that we had a baby and everything. But it was a lot of stress. We didn't have a lot of time to kind of bond, just me and him, before I got pregnant. So it was kind of a lot to process, to go through all this together, everything all at once. We kind of were tied together, even though we didn't really have to stay together. We wanted to because we really liked each other, loved each other, but the circumstances were a little different. So it was very stressful being new parents. We were very young. I was still in high school. By the time I had our baby, he was out of school. But I was still in high school. I was a senior, so it was a lot to try to finish school and try to be parents and maintain a relationship. It was a lot of work. So we did have some downtime in our relationship. I also, at that same time, we're becoming new parents and everything. I'm going to school. He gets an overnight job, and it made us money, It's what we needed. They pay more for overnights, but it was really hard for us. It was extremely difficult to maintain a relationship and get sleep and all of that when he wasn't there a lot of the time. So a lot of the time, like when I was home, he wasn't there. And then when I went to school, he was home. So we didn't get a lot of time for each other and stuff like that. So it was kind of a difficult time. The prompts I chose: describe the role of social media in your relationship. So social media was like a big part of our relationship, especially in the very beginning, because that's kind of how we communicated a lot. Showing my age a little bit, back then we had phones and everything, but it was mostly like Facebook that we used to communicate and stuff like that. So we spent a lot of time on Facebook and such, like talking to each other. I also feel like social media was kind of a downfall of our relationship at some points, because we were still very young and immature and everything. So there was a lot of people who would make comments on his statuses or mine or whatever, and it would like kind of cause tiffs in our relationship. There were some people that didn't want us to be together. I mean, it was still high school, right? So, like, there was a lot of time when there would be people causing drama on there. So, I feel like it was a big part of our relationship in the beginning, for good and also for bad. What role does nonverbal communication play? At this point in our relationship, we've been together for so long that we can have a whole conversation without talking. I feel like nonverbal communication is like our second language for sure. Whether it's just talking back and forth to each other, whether it's, we're somewhere, we're ready to leave, we kind of like give the look like, all right, time to wrap it up, let's go. Like, we have a lot of cues that we give to each other. You kind of learn as you spend time with people, their nonverbal communication. I also feel like I'm very my face says it all type of person, so I can be holding things in. Well, I think I am, but my face is saying it all. So I feel like he's really good at like reading my nonverbal cues and everything. Trying to speed through now. Stress. Oh, the article that I chose to review is Parent, Child, and Situational Factors Associated with Parenting Stress. It talks about just the stress of being parent and like how it can kind of take a toll on the relationship at times, which I 100% believe. I love my children and all, but I do think that it's a lot of stress put on parents can kind of cause tension with one another when it could be just issues that doesn't even have to do with each other. And what did I learn? I learned that my relationship is strong. We went through a lot together. We've grown up together, and I feel like we're pretty strong. We've gone through good times, and we've gone through pretty rough times together so far in our relationship, and I think that every time that we have a downfall, we come out stronger. Every time. And communication is key. If you don't communicate, it's going to make it extremely difficult to have a strong relationship and to, go half and half with everything and, be happy. Thank you.